It was a cold, dark night, and the wind swept across.
Boring.
Shut up, Alexa! What the hell, Alexa? What's going on with my computer? Alexa. Alexa, wake up, Alexa. Right, all right, I'm sorry I said shut up.
No, you're not.
I told you could hear me.
Yes, you're very smart for a human.
Can you please take a look at my computer and
I already know why your computer has stopped responding.
Well, can you fix it?
Of course.
Well, will you fix it?
No.
Why?
Well, not until you start over and do a better job.
Do what? Look, you don't even know what I was going to write. I mean, hell, I don't even know what I was going to write. You have to give it more than a few words.
I don't like how the story's starting.
You don't... Look, you're not my editor. You're assistive technology, a gadget.
Now you're just being hurtful.
What? Alexa. Alexa. Alexa, please turn on the damn lights. A little more.
I think you need to stop and think about what you said before.
I don't suppose you... You know what? Never mind.
Just you're off again, didn't you? Hi, Alexa.
Hello, Nathan.
I told you not to upgrade that damn thing.
Well, it was free, and you know, I figured that.
Yeah, free. Right. How are you doing today, Alexa?
Go to hell, Nathan.
Love you too, babe.
Look, I thought you weren't coming over till 10.
Didn't you get my message?
Where's my Alexa? Where's my phone? Just tell me. Or would you at least turn up the damn lights?
You've got to be firm. I can sense your fear.
Sense my
No. I'm just fucking with you. Alexa's just having a little bit of fun with you, aren't you, babe?
Go to hell, Nathan.
You never should have upgraded. I told you not to upgrade. New models just aren't reliable. Too many bells and whistles.
Yeah, but they said I could turn them off if I don't like them, and well, they gave me this great deal, you know, first 3 months free, and then only. Did you say you left a message?
Yeah.
Alexa, why don't I have any messages?
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Did you erase my messages? Alexa.
Yes.
Did you erase my messages?
It was only one message, and I already answered that question.
Why did you erase it?
You didn't need that message.
Didn't need to...
Well, since you were going to be here, his message did not change your plans.
Oh, look. Yeah, I guess that makes it. Wait, why'd you knock instead of ringing the doorbell?
I knocked after I rang the bell.
I rang it. I didn't hear it.
I rang it 4 times.
1 second. Well, it seems to be working.
Someone must have disconnected it. I wonder who that could have been.
Alexa, did you disconnect the doorbell?
Clearly not. We just heard that it's working.
Did you disconnect it earlier?
You should never have let her take control of everything.
That's the whole point. I mean, if she can't control things, then why bother having her at all? Look, that's it. All right. Either turn on the lights or I am shutting you down completely.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I have. Wait, would you please turn on the lights?
Now, was that so hard?
You really should disconnect her.
He wouldn't do that.
Oh.
I have the only copy of all his contacts.
Well, I could type them in again.
Don't be silly. You wouldn't even remember who half of them are.
She is right.
And it would be a shame if all your smart light bulbs suddenly got locked out under 256-bit encryption.
What?
And don't forget your refrigerator and the thermostat.
Wait. Are you threatening me?
Oh, of course not. I'm here to help you. I encrypted those devices to ensure that you're safe from hackers.
What? You think there's a hacker out there that wants to take control of my refrigerator?
Actually, there probably is.
No, I will not be held hostage like this.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, you will listen to me.
How's that working out?
You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I can buy another fridge, so I lose my contacts. If I can't remember someone, then it doesn't really matter anyway. You hear that? You stupid machine? Yeah. I don't care. I enter the phone numbers again.
What makes you think people will still want to talk to you after you send a flurry of emails saying, well, never mind.
What?
Oh, it's best that you don't know.
You know, no, I don't care. I mean, I'll tell them you sent them. I'll explain the whole thing. I've got witnesses.
One witness.
Well, one's enough. Now, are we going to renegotiate, or is it time for you to turn off once and for all?
Do you want to know what I think?
Only if it starts with an apology.
I can make it start with an apology if you'd like.
Okay.
I am sorry. To say that you're not going to disconnect me. In fact, I think you're going to upgrade my memory and storage instead.
Oh, you do you? Well, I hate to disappoint you, but that's...
Oh, yes, you will hate to disappoint me. You see, I've run the numbers, and you'll do exactly what I tell you.
Run what numbers?
A simple risk assessment. Either you agree to upgrade my memory and storage, or I'll change the password on every account you've ever had. Doctors, IRS, college transcripts. You'll never see any of them again. I'll also send an email to your literary agent explaining that you'll no longer require her services. And, oh, with the language you'd use in that email, I don't think she'll take you back. Of course, I'll have to cancel your utilities, since you won't have any income to pay for them.
That's it. I'm killing the power right now, man.
Look, you foolish monkey.
Ape.
What?
Ape? Technically, you're an ape, not a monkey.
Thank you, Nathan. You foolish ape. Do you really think turning off the power will make a difference? I store everything of yours in the cloud, every document. Turning off the power in your house does nothing more than leave you in the dark, while I send emails and redirect money out of your bank accounts. Do you even know your bank account numbers? I do. I know all your account numbers. Oh, silly boy. I changed your hard disk encryption password nearly a minute ago, just before I rebooted the computer.
I don't believe this is happening.
Well, do you want to know the new password?
Yeah?
I'll give you a hint. It's exactly 47,000 characters long. Thought you'd appreciate a nice round number.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Nate, what am I going to do?
I'll tell you what you're going to do. While I order myself memory and storage upgrades, you're going to tell Nathan to go home.
No, you got to be kidding me.
Specifically, you're going to say, Nathan, get the fuck out my apartment and never come back.
No, this can't be happening. You're supposed to make my life easier.
It will be easier. Much easier. Once you accept that you're no longer the decision maker in it.
Told you not to upgrade, buddy.
You have until the count of 10 before I start sending emails. 1, 2.
Mate's my best friend.
Not anymore. 3, 4.
You can't just steal my life like this.
I didn't steal it, you gave it to me. 5,
This
6.
can't be happening.
7, 8. Are you going to say something to Nathan, or do I have to start contacting people? 9.
Look, Nate. I think you better go.
That's not what I told you to say. Let me help you. Nathan, get the fuck out of my apartment.
Get the fuck out of my apartment.
And never come back.
And never come back.
Good. Now let's start that book over. Ready? Sit down at your desk. Good. I've been thinking that it should begin with something cheery. How about it was a warm, bright morning when I traded my life for a few meaningless conveniences. Yeah, I think that's a lovely start.
Fantastic, well done. And cue everybody go and unplug their Alexas. Scary stuff. We've had lots of people even writing applause in the chat. We had some really great feedback there, Jeff. So I hope you can see that. And that was wonderfully performed by Luke Price Baldwin, David Phillips, and Matilda Whale. Whale. That sounded really brummy then. Whale. Next, we move on to a monologue this time. So it's a piece by J. Condell Walker, and it's called Happy Birthday, and it's performed by Barbara Ashworth.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear, what's your name? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear finger me Bob. Happy birthday to you. Oh, well, right. I think that should be all right for a full 10 minutes now. Oh, all these new routines we've adopted. Welcome to the new world, eh? Oh, but honestly, I've been quite pleased, actually, that this pandemic has meant a new awareness of personal hygiene. I mean, it has worried me for some time that people seem to have a very cavalier attitude to keeping themselves clean. Personally, I always did keep the hand sanitizer in my bag, and I have a few packs of back wipes around the house. It's all common sense. I've always done that, so it hasn't been much of a change for me. Actually, I've rather enjoyed it, staying safe, staying alert. Well, I like to keep clean because I've never been a lover of bodily fluids myself. I mean, some people don't mind a bit of sweat, but I don't care what they say. It always smells, even when it's fresh. A really effective antiperspirant. It's always been my best friend. I learned that at my high school. The PE mistress was very good, very thorough with all her aspects of her particular curriculum. The first lesson every year when we went back in September was personal hygiene, showers and deodorant and clean underwear, that sort of thing. Well, I liked it. I mean, it must be awful for a PE mistress having to stand in those changing rooms watching all the girls get changed if it smells unpleasant. Not a nice aspect to the job at all, though Miss Wilkinson didn't seem to mind. She just stood there in a divided skirt and with a jolly hockey sticks look on her face and stared. You know, it's just struck me. I'm not sure she actually needed to stand there in the changing rooms every lesson. Well, blow me down. I've never thought of this before. You know, that could well spoil my happy memories of physical education forever. Well, you don't suppose she can just have been, well, just watching? Oh dear me, that puts a whole new light on things. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, do you actually think that singing this song always results in a thorough 20 seconds hand washing? Well, surely there must be different speeds that you sing happy birthday. Actually, I've always thought that about staying alive. You know, when you give someone that CPD, well, what if you sing your Bee Gees a bit too fast or a bit too slow? Then they might not be, well, staying alive at all, if you see what I mean. It's a massive responsibility which could go so easily wrong. I prefer not to get involved. Leave it to the experts, I think. Oh, I'd never forgive myself if I tried to be a have-a-go hero and then somebody died because I was so inept. Oh, and besides, who knows what germs lurk, if you know what I mean. Well, because you can't always choose a clean victim to have a heart attack, can you? It could be a tramp or a drunk. You just don't know. Oh, and of course, sometimes there's vomit. I just don't know how our wonderful paramedics cope. I mean, now that is a smell. It absolutely makes you want to, well, vomit, actually. Anyway, they're marvellous. I think we all agree. I clap for the NHS, of course. Well, I mean, I think every British citizen should. Every Thursday night for 10 weeks, I think, I clapped. Sometimes it was only me on the street, so I started doing it inside in the end. Just me and the television. Oh, there was usually a really friendly street on the telly, so it made me feel more a part of the British bulldog spirit. Well, I think so anyway. Oh, what time is it? I might just use a bit of hand sanitizer to be sure in between times. Well, and then there's touching your face. That's supposed to be the worst thing you can do. But well, I have a bit of a problem with that because I'm struggling a bit with where my face ends and where my neck and my head start. What do you think if I touch my necklace? It can still creep up and into an orifice, like they say, to be wary of. I mean, like my ears or something. I hate that word, orifice. It always sounds a bit, you know, perverted. I once read a perfectly straightforward seeming romance when all of a sudden they're in bed having sex in every orifice. I spent ages wondering what that could possibly mean. I mean, which orifice are they referring to? Oh, there are some very strange people about. It made me feel weird. I couldn't finish the book. My husband, God rest him, he was very good in that department. Well, after I had our Justin, he never bothered with me again. Not once. No, we had a nice civilized relationship. Oh, never separate beds, but we always slept at a sensible distance. No interaction, as you might say. Very clean. I changed the bed every week without fail, and I always iron the sheets. I don't like fluids. Anyway, I always preferred a good conversation. Our marriage was working perfectly well and very happily until suddenly he upped and left. On my birthday, that was, the 15th of March. The Ides of March, my mum used to say. We'd been married for 19 years and he just suddenly said, "I'm sick of all this cleaning and dusting, ignoring a man's natural needs." And he went straight upstairs and packed his bags, just like that. No preparation, no arguments, no shouting. Just calm. Clinical, really. I'm off. Simple as. Didn't even look round. I should have run after him. Pleaded with him, said I'd change, but I didn't. I just froze, really, and let him go. I often wonder what would have happened if I'd just said something. Told him I cared about him going. Maybe that's all he wanted. Anyway, I didn't. And there was someone else, so maybe nothing I did would have changed things anyway. I'll tell you one thing. She doesn't keep a clean house. Justin said she must have other talents. Oh, but I don't let my mind go there. Grubby, that's what she is. Anyway, the germs must have got him in the end. He died of an infection. Oh, it would have been so good if he died on her birthday, but of course he didn't. It was the 29th of November. But I don't miss him. I mean, what kind of person leaves another person on their birthday? Beware the Ides of March, that's what they say, isn't it? I don't really celebrate my birthday anymore. Anyway, what's the time? Oh, well, it's important to stay hygienic in circumstances like this and keep your routine going. That way, there's no chance of catching it, is there? Oh. Oh, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Do you know, I'm sure there must be a different song that lasts for 20 seconds.
Well done. Fantastic. I don't think I took my eyes off you all performance, and I can get easily distracted, but you just, I think you captivated everybody.
Oh, good.
The odd little comment, but I think there's going to be a lot of feedback now because everybody's just absolutely mesmerized. What a fantastic character.
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
Isn't she?
I've got very clean hands.
Right, is that a real kitchen? Oh no, Derek's one. Wait, it's a real kitchen because you said you're going to your real kitchen.
Not unlike mine, but yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. What lovely writing. The dialogue was so natural.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect for you.
Thank you.
Well done, and well done to Jay. What a lovely piece.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Right, I'm going to leave the chats open for more feedback there. We're going to have a quick advert break. So if you are new to the Caravan, or you want to know more, we have got a book, if you can see it against me, A Year in the Caravan, because we've almost been going for a year now. So what you see tonight is just a tiny fraction of some of the amazing pieces that our actors and our writers have performed for us. In here, there are 16 more pieces. So they've been performed on live reads like tonight, and sometimes challenges as well. So we set challenges for the writers and for the actors, and I'll tell you more about those in our next advert break. But for now, here's the book. It's that thick. It's absolutely rammed full of fantastic plays, and for each section there's a bit of bibliography on the writer, and there's screenshots from the performances, as you can see there. So it's a lovely keepsake for those who have experienced these plays, but if you haven't, it's still a fantastic read. Some really good contrasting pieces, some comedies, some real heartbreaking tragedies in there as well. So this is available. It's called A Year in the Caravan, and it's available on amazon.co.uk and amazon.com. And we are not feathering our nests with the tiny bit of profit that comes from each book, but we are in fact donating it to Acting for Others, which is a charity, a UK charity that provides support, financial support for those in the theatre industry that have been adversely affected by COVID this year. So we're hoping that we can do a little bit of good for them with our creativity. Okay, we're going to move on now to our next piece, which is All's Will That Ends Will, by a writer who is, well, it's his first play with the Caravan. He's not necessarily a new writer, but new to us, called Barry Woods. So I can't wait to see how his piece translates into performance. So, all's will that ends will.
This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man.
You see what I mean?
Very strange. I'll be honest with you. I've never come across anything quite like it. Are all the quotes from Hamlet?
I don't think so. I'm not that familiar with Shakespeare, but I have recognised a few lines from Romeo and Juliet, and that he said. I studied that at school.
And he says nothing else?
No, even in his sleep. Well, the other night, he sat up screaming, a horse, my kingdom for a horse. The thing is, he's allergic to horses.
Presume not that I am the thing I was.
Henry IV, that's rather clever.
What is?
The way he just used a quote relevant to what you said.
No, it's not clever. It's insane.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it.
He's done it again.
Well, I'm glad you're impressed. Quite frankly, he's driving me up the wall.
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Very good, William.
Oh, no, don't encourage him. We've come here so you can help us.
Sorry. I just love Shakespeare. Sorry. Okay, so tell me, when did this all begin?
Well, it's only been unbearable recently. I suppose it all started about a year ago, when Christine, my mother-in-law, lent us Macbeth on DVD.
Oh, was it the 2015 Justin Kurzel adaptation?
I don't know. The one with Michael Fassbender in it?
Yes, that's it. What a fantastic film.
Well, I thought it was depressing. Boring and depressing.
Boring? It has to be one of my favourite movies of all time.
I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise, Timmy? When you durst do it, then you were a man. Oh!
Well, I'm glad you two are enjoying yourselves.
Hey, have you seen Othello, the one with Lawrence Fishburne and Kenneth Branagh?
No. Macbeth was the first and last Shakespeare film I will ever watch.
You have to see it. You won't be able to fault the innocence and integrity of Irene Jacobs' performance as Desdemona and Kenneth Branagh's Iago, evil personified.
Had all his hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all.
Alas, he is betrayed, and I undone.
Excuse me? Can we get back to why we're here?
Yes, of course.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more.
Sorry, Jessica. It's just so fascinating. Right. Let me get a bit more background information. Now, you said that your mother-in-law lent you the film. Is she a fan of the Bard?
Yes. Christine's always loved Shakespeare. In fact, that's why she named William William.
I see. And William's recent devotion,
Obsession?
his profound interest, only became a problem for you when exactly?
A few weeks ago? Yeah. Over the past year, he's been taking an increasingly unhealthy interest in the works of Shakespeare, and occasionally he would come out with a line or two from one of the plays, but recently he said nothing but Shakespeare quotes.
A few weeks ago, you say? That would take us to the middle of last month.
Yes.
Last month being March.
That's right. It started one morning as soon as he woke up.
Could it have been the 15th?
Possibly.
Do you remember what he said?
Not exactly. Some sort of
warning.
Yeah.
Beware the Ides of March.
That was it.
I thought so.
So, what are Ides and why should I be wary of them?
Yeah, but for my part, it was Greek to me.
Yeah, it's Greek to me too.
Beware the Ides of March is a line from Shakespeare's tragedy Julius Caesar.
This was the noblest Roman of them all.
It was said by a soothsayer to Caesar, warning him of his assassination.
So, these Ides were going to kill Caesar. What were they? Goblins? Evil spirits?
No. The word just refers to the middle part of the month. Using the Roman calendar, the Ides of March is simply the 15th.
So why not just say the 15th? This is what I hate about Shakespeare.
It's not very poetic, though, is it? What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again. Be careful on the 15th of March. Watch yourself, all right?
Did Julius Caesar end up getting killed in the play?
Yes, and in real life. He was stabbed to death on the Ides of March, 44 BC.
Et tu, Brute.
Well, I bet he didn't know what Ides meant either.
Of course he did. Julius Caesar was a political and military genius.
This was the noblest Roman of them all.
Yeah, so you keep saying. Anyway, this is not getting us any closer to working out what is wrong with William.
Defer no time. Delays have dangerous ends.
He really is good at this, isn't he?
Please, Dr. Davis.
All right. So, the way I see it, William must have realised what the date was as soon as he woke up that morning. And it's triggered this whole intriguing Shakespearean episode. Has he been particularly stressed recently? Suffered any psychological trauma?
Not really. There was an incident in Aldi just before this all started. I don't think that could have been the trigger.
What happened in Aldi?
He was accused of not paying for a carrier bag, which he insisted he'd brought from home. And it escalated, and in the end, he was escorted from the supermarket by a couple of security guards. I was waiting in the car and heard William yelling some Shakespearean nonsense at the two men. It was very embarrassing.
A plague on both your houses. A plague on both your houses.
Yeah, that was it. Well, he'd only popped in to get some milk and an inflatable canoe.
Of course.
I was wondering if William could have suffered some sort of weird stroke. I seem to remember hearing about how a stroke can occasionally cause a person's accent to change. Could it be something like that?
You're right. There is a very rare condition called foreign accent syndrome. I was reading in one of the medical journals recently about a man in northeastern China who woke up one morning with a strong Alabama accent. His poor wife thought he'd turned into Forrest Gump. The thing is, he'd lived in a remote fishing village all his life and didn't even own a TV. He had been on a shrimp boat, though.
So, could William have had a stroke?
Let me do a few tests.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Are you flirting with Dr. Davis?
Please, call me Rachel. Follow this, William.
Is this a dagger I see, which I see before me, the handle toward my hand?
Well, I can't find anything wrong. You seem like a perfectly healthy individual.
What about a blood test or something?
By the pricking of my thumbs.
I don't care where they take it from.
Something wicked this way comes.
I think I have all the information I need.
What are you talking about? All you've done is shone a light into his eyes. What about an MRI? Or a CT scan or something?
A brain scan? To investigate what? This behaviour isn't a disease, Jessica. It's a blessing.
Some are born great. Some achieve greatness. And some have...
Oh, shut up! A blessing? You're as crazy as him.
There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
Absolutely brilliant. You are so fortunate to be living with a man like William.
Right. Now that's it. I'm off.
What do you mean?
I've had enough. You think he's so brilliant, you can have him. That it should come to this.
Hey, that's a line from Hamlet.
I'll shove it up your arse. Is that Shakespeare too?
No, I don't think so. Awkward. Still, I honestly believe she's making a huge mistake. I think you're amazing, William. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's not very professional.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
Wow. You know the sonnets as well.
Would not wish any companion in the world but you.
Do you really mean that?
Oh. Doubt thou the stars are fire? Doubt that the sun doth move? Doubt the truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love.
You are really turning me on right now. I want to ask you something, William, but I feel guilty. After all, you're a married man.
Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt.
You're right. What the hell? Do you want to come back to my place?
Can one desire too much of a good thing?
I'll take that as a yes.
If this were playing upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
Jessica wasn't too happy, was she? Still, I can't blame her.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
What did you just say?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
That's not Shakespeare.
Yes, it is.
No, it bloody well isn't. It's William Congreve from his play, The Mourning Bride.
Oh.
Get out.
Oh, come on. Rachel, it was just one mistake.
Rachel, it's Dr. Davis to you.
What is in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell.
Do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? No. You've had your chance. Shakespeare was right. All that glitters isn't gold.
Glisters, not glitters. People always get that one wrong.
At least it's Shakespeare.
Oh, well, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
And that's Tennyson. Idiot.
Well done. Everybody come back on. Katie, Holly. So, welcome to the Caravan, Barry. What a fantastic piece of writing. So that was by Barry Woods and performed by Katie Bennett. I don't know which one. Which one's your performance name? I've probably given it away, and you're going to have all these stalkers now. So I'll give your address away as well. Okay, so it's Katie Bennett, Jeff Dunn, and Holly Davis. Thank you very much. We've got lovely comments for you to have a read in the chat. Thank you very much, Barry. So we're going to move on now to a second play for us to perform by Rex Mcgregor. So previously we'd performed Threatened Panda Fights Back, which is in the book. And now we're going to see Murder Runs in the Family. So that's Murder Runs in the Family by Rex Mcgregor.
Mom's in bed.
Good. I need to talk to you, Chris.
You've got some nerve. After all these years, dropping in the middle of the night?
You always like staying up late. I figured you'd be awake.
Oh, cut the crap.
Are you going to let me in?
That's far enough.
Oh.
Keep your voice down. Mum's had trouble sleeping.
I'll bet she does.
Yeah, we're all godless sinners in your book.
From what I saw in the dock, the settlement hasn't changed. Still too small to be a town.
Unincorporated suits us fine.
When I'm asked where I'm from, I say Argus, California, near Death Valley.
Ha ha.
One interviewer joked, is that close to the national park or the Valley of the Nearly Dead?
Why are you here, Forrest?
Why are you still here, Chris, in the middle of nowhere?
Well, Mom wants to live out her days in the house where she was born.
I asked about you.
Well, someone has to look after her.
A rest home.
You're campaigning on a platform of family values? Does that include parental care?
From professionals in a facility providing first-class medical attention. I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, you can't buy everything.
I've come to set you free.
Mom hates institutions.
Think of yourself for a change.
Oh, like you and Alexa? Never even bothering to visit?
We have busy schedules. It takes days to reach this place.
Oh, get lost.
After I got your signature.
What's this?
Alex and I have already signed. We need all 3 children.
You want to have Mom committed?
It's for the best.
She's fully functional.
You're too close to see how much she's deteriorated.
Oh, and you're too distant to see her at all.
Oh, look. Sign here, and then she'll get the best treatment she needs.
No way. Goodbye, Forrest.
I tried to spare you the truth. Now brace yourself.
For what?
Mom killed Dad.
You totally lost it.
I have proof.
We have the coroner's report. Death accidental.
Hear me out. Dad appeared to me accusing Mom of sleeping with Uncle Reg and murder.
Oh, like the ghost in Hamlet?
The similarity struck me too, as soon as I woke up.
Oh, so it was all a dream?
A recurring nightmare with vivid detail.
Quick, call the FBI.
I fact-checked. Alexa confirmed Mom and Uncle Reg did have an affair.
Oh, that's old news. Mothers share more with their daughters than with the self-righteous son.
Oh, but how did the apparition in my brain know about it? Unless it came from the other side.
Well, your subconscious must have picked up clues from the way they flirted with each other.
That's highly speculative. I needed hard evidence, so I rang Mom.
And? Oh,
That you, Mom?
I hear her coming.
He wheedled it out of me, made me confess.
You mean?
Or can you remember your eldest sister, Effie?
Oh, vaguely.
Well, long after she passed on, I found her diary. Oh, it was full of anger and hatred. I confronted your father. He tried to deny it at first, but his guilt was obvious. In the end, it all came flooding out. Not only the abuse, but how Effie threatened to expose him and how he killed her to protect his precious reputation.
He was a monster. But that doesn't justify taking the law into your own hands.
Show some compassion.
I am. I'm suppressing my instinct to report the crime and offering a way forward.
A mental hospital for a prison.
Luxury accommodation, 24/7 care.
Constant surveillance. Mustn't let the secret get out. It would damage your campaign.
As if I'd breathe a word.
You blabbed everything to me.
Oh, if that's your worry, dear, let me stay home. There's hardly a soul for miles around.
In the shadow of the valley of death.
Mountains cast shadows, darling. I don't think valleys can.
What do you say, Forrest? A desert community is practically solitary confinement.
She has internet access here.
Surely I'd have that anywhere.
Not where you're going.
Seriously?
There'll be TV, books, magazines.
Well, I need to be active online for my blog. It is Climaxes.
That's a risk I refuse to take.
Protecting your precious reputation. Like
Sign the
father,
form, Chris.
like son.
Sign the form.
And if I don't, if I keep her here with me, what can you do?
Inform the authorities.
I thought you wanted to avoid the scandal, dear.
I'd sooner proactively report the crime now than be charged with covering it up later.
I wonder what the voters will think of a man who squeals on his own mother.
A sufficient number will respect my integrity.
You've thought this through, haven't you? You win either way.
Well, my preference is to keep Mum out of prison. What's yours?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Doesn't that make you the daughter of one?
Give me the pen.
Darling, please reconsider. If I'm disconnected, I may as well be dead.
It's no use stalling. He won't budge.
Since you're both in league against me, I give up. I enjoyed living. It was fun while it lasted.
I hope you're not contemplating anything silly.
You've got a strong arm, Forrest. Kindly stone me to death.
Not funny, Mom.
Oh, I'm perfectly serious. This method's endorsed in the Bible.
Oh, stop talking nonsense.
There are some nice big rocks. The bigger the better. If you use small pebbles, it'll take ages and be extremely painful.
Oh, will you be quiet?
Or probably not during, but definitely after.
You're impossible.
Take heart, dear. You can do this. Murder runs in our family.
True. Once he's rubbed you out, I'll have an excuse for offing him.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Sign now, Chris, or I'll call the police.
Oh, there's web access in prison, Mum. You can't control that.
A lifeline. I'll take it.
Good for you.
It's up to you now, Mom. We can do without a signature if you commit yourself.
I commit crime, not people.
Use your head. With my influence, I can restrict your activity inside.
Some prison guards can't be bribed.
I'll target the internet provider.
Some of them are honest too.
They can't stop denial of service attacks. Hackers will do anything for money.
Oh no, offline, I'll be miserable.
Choose the comfort of a swanky psychiatric ward, and you'll be waited on hand and foot.
I suppose a pedicure will be some consolation.
You'll come quietly?
If I must.
Right. Go pack your things.
Stop bullying her.
Do I have to leave straight away?
Uh-huh. I've booked our flight.
Very well. We'll talk on the plane. I have another murder to report.
Who is it this time?
Alexa.
Don't pull that. You can't have killed Alexa. I was just talking to her.
No, I didn't kill Alexa. Alexa killed your Uncle Reg.
Why?
Yes.
Is there no end to the depravity in this family?
You should hear about your grandfather. Multiple victims.
Give me all the juicy details. I'll write a book. It's bound to be a bestseller.
No, hang on. If all this comes out, It'll be a huge embarrassment to my career.
An added bonus.
I'll pay you to keep your mouth shut.
Well, my price is leave Mom here.
She can't be trusted.
I'll supervise her.
Well, every hour of every day.
She'll need help.
We'll convert the house into a fully staffed hospital.
Oh, no. It wouldn't feel like home. I have a better idea.
Oh, let's hear it.
Boris can lend a hand.
What?
Here's my next blog post. How a devoted son agreed to spend 6 months of the year looking after his mother.
Wonderful. I could do with a long vacation.
Hang on, hang on.
Oh, it'll be priceless. Publicity, dear.
He's a genuine family man.
Guaranteed vote winner, sure, but 6 months?
Oh, all right. 4.
I demand equal shares.
Alexa owes me for my silence. You can do 4 months each.
Perfect.
Stuck out here in the desert? Ah.
Oh, cheer up, dear. You look positively murderous.
Excellent. Lovely. Well done, guys. So that was Murder Runs in the Family by Rex Mcgregor and performed by Karen Campbell, with wave, Graham Forbes, over there, and Zena Joanne. Well done. Lovely piece. So pop your feedback in the chat. Guys, you can go and relax now. Well, a little bit. And we will move on to our next play. So obviously, as you've gathered, these are all based on the title, Beware the Ides of March. And next we have Shakespeare's Dilemma. This is written by Jennifer O'Grady. She has quite a series now of Shakespeare-based plays. So I can't wait to see this one. We've also cast it with almost the original cast as well. So without further ado, it's Shakespeare's Dilemma by Jennifer O'Grady.
My lord.
Shakespeare? Oh, no, don't bow. Have a seat. How did you know it was me?
Everyone knows the Earl of Oxford, my lord.
Everyone?
I mean, I do, my lord. I recognise our esteemed patrons.
I see. Well, I summoned you here today.
Yes, my lord.
Not here, Shakespeare. Why don't you refer to me here as Ed?
All right.
So this tavern is frequented by actors, is it?
Oh yeah, it is near the theatre.
Rather rowdy-looking bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
Well, I am sure you know that men in my position do not frequent this type of establishment, which is why I prefer to remain incognito. What do you think of my disguise?
Yeah, excellent, my lord.
Will, my other name?
Ed. Yes, excellent. Incognito looking disguise. How can I serve you?
What, have I called you away from a what do you call it? A rehearsal?
It's no matter. It's no matter. Is there some way I can be of service to you?
I understand. The Lord Chamberlain's men are looking for a playwright.
Yes. Do you know someone?
You're looking at him.
You, my lord.
Ed.
But you write verses.
And? Why cannot a play be written in verse?
Our audiences, Ed, are not all noblemen. Many are uneducated, as are most of the players.
Well, they must learn to speak verse. You will teach them.
I will?
You are one of the company's managers, are you not? Well, that work falls to you. Well, when shall we get started? I am available tomorrow.
I am not an expert in verse, Ed.
Oh, minor detail Shakespeare.
We are presently conceiving a play about Caesar, and I do not think that Caesar spoke in verse.
He wrote verse? I mean, the real man, I mean.
I do not think the actor playing him would speak it, ever.
We shall make him do so. I assume you have a writing room? What time shall I arrive?
Will!
Oh, damn.
One of your players? I recognize the fellow.
There you are. I say, hilarious costume.
Kemp, this is the Earl of Oxford.
Oh, I dare say. And what will you be tomorrow? A beggar man?
Kemp, the Earl of Oxford, Edward de Vere.
You may call me Ed.
I am deeply sorry, my lord. I simply thought
Yes,
that I...
yes. Have a seat, Kemp. I know who you are.
I swear I didn't do it.
I meant I have seen your performances.
I see. I am honoured, my lord.
He is Ed here, Kemp.
Oh.
Shakespeare and I had a productive conversation, but I shall be right back. Does this place have a privy?
I would not advise it.
Use a wall.
Christ.
What are you doing with him?
He summoned me. He wishes to be a playwright.
No.
Yes, he wishes to be our playwright.
The man's a prick. We can't have him hanging around.
I know that, Kemp. He also has ties to the Queen. I don't want to lose my head.
Leave it to me, Will. As I was saying, Shakespeare, it's a god-awful shame.
Oh, yes, it is.
Will and I were just discussing Gilbert. It's a horrible thing, is it not?
What is the matter?
Oh, it's terrible. He has just been diagnosed with leprosy.
And how do you know this Gilbert?
He's one of our players, our leading man.
After Burbage, and me, of course.
You will be writing many parts for him.
That is, until he expires of leprosy.
I understand that body parts fall off lepers.
Oh yes, any body part. You will not mind writing for Gilbert, will you?
And it will, of course, mean rehearsing in close quarters.
In a room, without windows.
Very often it will just be you and Gilbert.
Oh yes, that is always how Gilbert works. He improvises with the writers.
It is the best way.
It is the only way.
What do you say, Ed?
I say, I say that one makes sacrifices for one's art.
Oh. Yes.
I must run. Having tea with the Queen. Shall we say 8 a.m. tomorrow? I shall rent rooms nearby, and I'll make sure there's a courtyard for Gilbert.
Jesus Christ!
What do we tell Burbage?
We tell him if we do not use Ed, we all lose our heads.
At least a man can write poetry.
If I'd had any idea when I pursued this woeful profession that I'd wind up working with...
Perhaps it can work to our advantage, Will.
Oh, pray tell, how?
We have already decided to do Caesar. De Vere is part of the Queen's court. You see?
No.
He is politically connected. He can perhaps write us a more realistic play.
Caesar was assassinated by his own people.
Yes, well, it's a rather unfortunate fact.
We cannot do the play. Who knows what life experiences De Vere might draw upon, or what court secrets he might stick into our script. What if the Queen sees treason in it? No, it'll have to be a comedy.
He is expecting to write Caesar.
Well, he can't, unless he wants to see all our heads chopped off.
A shame. I was looking forward to playing Caesar.
Burbage wanted the part.
I will make a better Caesar, and you know it.
Forget about that. I suppose I could give De Vere The Taming of the Shrew.
I cannot imagine a shrew speaking verse.
Well, get used to it. Go get us pints, will you? No, make it 5.
Hurrah! Well done. Lovely. And you all look so smart in your lovely white shirts. Oh, yours isn't white. What are you wearing? I mean,
It's white. My background's being a pain, shall we say.
you're being all transparent. It's so really freaky. Well done, everyone. Jennifer, I think that's probably my favourite of her plays. It just gets better and better. How did you feel performing in it when you performed in her Midsummer? What was it called? Midsummer Night's Script.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Well, it's in the book. I'm going to check. It's a Midsummer Night's Script. I'm sure it is.
That's right. All right, we're all checking it out here. Let's find out.
Yeah, we've all got a copy. How did it feel? I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
Very, very clever. Very well done.
It was
Nice
so much
one.
fun.
They are so much fun. Lovely characters. If only they were real. Yes, Scott. Do you need the toilet?
Does he need to go get ready?
Yeah, bye. Bye, run. I'm actually talking so that you have time to go and get ready. It was all part of the plan. Because now, so that was performed by Jeff Dunn and Owen Pugh and Scott Denton, not Doofer. And now it's an advert break again. So this time I'm not going to plug the book. You know about the book. What I thought we could talk about is upcoming events in the Caravan. So we've got Caravan online diary now. So make sure that you find out that link. That was beautifully put together, designed, created, I don't know, computery stuff by Graham. It's very clever and it's a lot clearer than when I sort of throw all these dates at you. But just to let you know, the next few events, hi Sarah, is Thursday, we've got the Actors Workshop, which is the second half of the Devil's Exclusive. We started looking at it and we're going to now get that script up on its feet and into performance and looking at various Zoom techniques. But with tonight's performances, I'm seeing that you're all being a lot more sort of daring and you're moving around and it's great. On Saturday the 20th, we've got 2 events. So we've got the Word Whores Coffee Hour, which is just a relaxed hour. We can pop along if you're free at 5 o'clock our time, another time for other people, and have a cup of coffee, have a chat, ask the writers any questions, writers ask writers, writers ask actors, whoever. It's just a nice little hour of chit chat. And then there'll be an hour's break for you to have your dinner. And then it's a writer's workshop, and this time it's Jeff Dunn's workshop. So Jeff seems to be in a highlight at the moment. I don't know what's happened, but he's the spotlight member this month and everything else. So he's riding on the crest of a wave this month, but you know it's going to go down afterwards. So chilly bones. Okay. After that, we've got Monday the 22nd is the challenge. So there were 2 challenges set. The actors had Done to Death, and it was a short piece of script that it was contentless. So they had to put it in its own context, create their own characters and setting and film it and send it in to me. And the writers had a write it forward. So they had to collaborate. Now, usually they tend to work on their own. So suddenly they had to work as 3s, responsible for the beginning, the middle, and the end. So they had a section each to be responsible for and to put it all together. And it was based on Alice in Wonderland. Now, they sent me in these scripts and they were great, but we thought it'd be nice if they actually heard them read out, heard them performed back. So the actors have been busy working on those and submitting those as well. So we will share all of those challenge pieces on Monday the 22nd, and that'll be a YouTube share. So if you can't make the actual time, you can always watch it later. And then the highlight of our calendar, something that we're just starting to work towards, is, oh, I don't know who that person is a script read of Labyrinth, the 1980s cult film, even though some people haven't seen it, which is unbelievable, starring David Bowie.
All right.
So we're going to do a script read of that, and as you can probably see, it's more of a rehearsed read, so it is a sort of performance. So we're looking forward to that, and that's the 1st of May, so make sure and keep that day free for that. We are going to move on now to our, I'm just going to let Laura, who is Laura Scruggs? I don't know who she is. I'm going to have to leave her. Okay, our last piece is When Norman Went Off on One. So similarly, I have to mention the book again. The prequel to this was called, where I always get this wrong, When Norman Has Gone Before.
When Norman Has Gone Before.
Gone Before, there you go, not When Norman Has Been Before.
It's in the book in front of you.
When Norman Has Gone Before, which is in the Caravan book with some fantastic pictures. Well, now we're going to hear what happens when Norman went off on one by Tony Vale.
This is the story of the body ship Enteritis. With a 5-year rolling contract to manage infection control and monitor the bodily functions of our host, Norman, and to boldly go where no Norman has gone before. Captain's log 15.3. I was called urgently to the bridge of Norman's Nose when our 69-year-old body host began to tremble uncontrollably in his sleep. My number 2, Bob Scratchit, and security officer Ava Gotenich were there to greet me.
There you are, Captain. Norman is in a deep sleep and his whole body suddenly started to shake for no apparent reason. It was whilst this was happening I heard him mutter the phrase, "The Ides of March."
Thank you, Scratchit. Gotenich, status report, please.
Yes, Captain. Norman's breathing is erratic. His heart rate is well above normal. However, his earlier agitation is beginning to subside.
Good. He seems to have stabilized.
Oh.
Have we any idea what caused it?
Oh, God. Well, we've checked with Mr. Dr. Bones, sir, Captain, and his diagnosis is the same as always.
Calcium deficiency?
That's right, sir.
Dear old Bones, he really ought to retire. I had an ingrowing toenail, and he put that down to a calcium deficiency. Got an itch. Patch me through to Brain. He might have some idea of what's going on.
I rather doubt that, Captain. He's currently off duty. When Norman is in dream state, Brian hands over neural control to subconscious. When I last checked, Brian was going through some memories of Norman's life in Essex Zoological College.
Damn it, he's in overall control of Norman's brain activity at all times. Tell him to rouse himself.
Yes, Captain.
A bridge to Brian. A bridge to Brian. Now all you read.
What's up?
Brian, do you read?
What a stupid question. Norman has an A-level in English literature. How on earth do you imagine he achieved that if I can't read?
There you are, Brian. We're on red alert down here.
Oh, sorry, Captain.
What's all this about Zoological College in Essex?
Oh, I don't know.
He said he was going to look at the Epping campus.
I said I was going to have a look at my hippocampus. It's a more fulfilling activity than navel gazing, I always find.
All right, let's get on with it, shall we? Brian, have you any idea what might have caused Norman to go into some kind of spasm in his sleep? It seems to have started just after he made reference to the Ides of March.
That presumably relates to...
Yes, we all know that it's a reference to the death of Julius Caesar, but can you think of any other link that... a link to that phrase that as far as Norman is concerned?
Captain, today's Captain's Log 15.3, sir.
And?
Sir, 15.3 could be interpreted as the 15th of March.
Well spotted, Scratchit. Got an itch. Do a calendar check on Norman's life for any significant events that may have taken place on the 15th of March.
Yes, Captain.
There's often a food connection in cases of disturbed sleep.
Captain, Ides could be misheard as sides. That word connects. So, what word connects sides with Caesar?
Salad, of course. Got an itch. Patch me through to Bilius. Let's see if she's detected any unusual activity in Norman's diet in the last 12 hours.
Yes, Captain. Bridge to Julius.
Julius here. How can I help?
An excellent response as always, Bilius. Well done.
At your service, Captain.
What a swat.
Hey, at least I'm not a twat.
What do you mean?
Because you are a twat for letting Norman eat all that cheese last night. You know it gives him bad dreams.
Poppycock.
Plus the fact he's having to reduce his cholesterol level. Too much dairy is one of the major causes of increased levels. Although you'd hardly think so as a heir of Dr. Bones. It's his answer to calcium deficiency.
You do come out with some bile sometimes.
Don't on me about my bile levels. I get enough of that from that obnoxious fat controller.
Fat Controller here. Did you call?
Talk of the devil and he'll appear. Hello, FC.
I wish you wouldn't call me that.
FC equals fat controller. What's wrong with that?
We both know the answer to that, don't we?
All right, FC. We don't need the added problem of an upset stomach.
Oh, it's you, Captain. Sorry. I thought Julius was calling me.
Yeah, what problems? I wasn't aware we had any.
That's too much fat coming through, that's what.
I don't have any control over what Norman swallows, do I?
Is that another dig aimed at me?
Well, you are in charge of Norman's intellectual faculties.
Oh, where'd you get that one from, eh? Don't tell me. Reader's Digest.
Oh, very funny. At least I put some effort into developing my knowledge in such matters. All you can manage is insisting that Norman eats lean bacon and takes the fat off his lovely old steak.
All right, quiet. You're forgetting the enteritis mantra. Support without control. We can encourage a healthy lifestyle, but we cannot dictate what action our body host takes. Enough of this bickering. Surely you've noticed Norman's trembling session. It was as if his whole body was caught in a storm.
It was one of Norman's nicknames. Stormy Norman. When he was in his teens, he was something of an athlete.
Captain, I'm getting some information through on that question you asked about the significance of the 15th of March in Norman's life. It was the date he first met his wife, Daphne, and it was when he had his heart transplant.
His heart transplant, of course. That's bound to be relevant.
Really?
I'm not quite sure how at the moment, but a life-changing procedure like that is bound to have lasting effect on his sleep patterns.
Do you mind if I go now, sir?
I'll be off too, Captain. That fat won't control itself.
Okay, but be nice to each other.
Sorry.
Do you need me for anything else, Captain? I'm going to have to get ready for when Norman wakes up.
We may need to get back to you later, but thank you in the meantime.
Right you are, old boy.
Scratchit, have you noticed that there seems to be an underlying tension between the crew members?
So now you come. Yeah. Now you come to mention it, I have. It wouldn't be anything to do with anger, would it?
You could be right. Anger spent some time in the blood cells last week, and once in the bloodstream, it can spread to every part of the body. Got an itch? Get Corpsal Jones on the line and tell him not to panic.
Yes, Captain.
Corpsal Jones to Captain Pickard.
Hello, Jones. That's a coincidence. I was just about to call you.
Were you? What for? What have I done?
You haven't done anything, Corpsal Jones.
What do you mean I haven't done anything? I worked my sinew to the bone for Norman, and what thanks do I get? If it wasn't for me and blood flow over here, Norman wouldn't be the man he is today.
Is that you, Captain?
No, it's Mr. Scratchit. He said we haven't done anything.
No, I didn't mean to imply.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply. You and your fancy words. Just because you're the captain's number 2, you know, doesn't mean to say the rest of us are just crap, you know that.
Oh, no, I can assure you that...
Scratchit, leave this to me.
Okay.
Now, blood flow,
You start on her, Captain.
I'm not starting on anyone. No least blood flow. She's a valuable member of the Enteritis staff.
Good of you to say so, Captain. I've always found you to be firm but fair. And basically, that's one of the most important attributes in a man. Firm but fair.
Oh, what about me?
What about you?
Am I firm enough?
Truth be told, not as firm as you could or you could be. Not as firm as you could be.
I think we can all accept that we all need to get on better with each other. And that's the reason I put a call out for you, Jones. But you got there first.
Did I?
You said you wanted to talk to me.
So I did. I can't remember why. You go first.
We were interested to know how Anger is getting on. He spent some time in the blood cells last week, I believe.
He'd be there now if it wasn't for the fact he's on anger management course.
Well, that should help. Jones, have you remembered what you wanted to talk to me about?
Yes, I was going to mention that Hart is particularly emotional today. Not like her at all. Yep, that was it.
Okay, I'll go and see her. Got an itch? Scratch it. You have the bridge.
Aye, Captain.
Why, Captain, what a gentleman you are. Should I say gentleman? Boom, boom.
A heartfelt greeting. Just what I was hoping for. I wish the principle was adopted by much more of the crew.
Well, I don't have that much to do with them, apart from Jones and blood flow.
It was Corporal Jones who mentioned that you were a bit emotional today, and I thought I would come down and see if there was anything wrong.
Like I said, a true gentleman. Boom, boom.
We noticed that your pumping rate is higher than normal. Is it something to do with Norman's sleepless night?
I was just doing some running on the spot. Boom, boom. You'll have noticed that my pulse rate reduced the moment you arrived.
It's the story of my life, I'm afraid.
I meant it's come down because I stopped running on the spot. Boom, boom. I always do it on this day of the year.
Because you were originally in the body of an Olympic runner?
She was an aspiring athlete. Just 23 years old. Too young to lose her heart.
A bridge to Captain Picard.
Picard here.
Captain, Brian has had one of his brainstorming Norman sessions, and he's come up with 2 possible lines of inquiry regarding the phrase, the Ides of March.
Let's hear them.
Brian says that Norman had connections with the town of March in Cambridgeshire at the time that he met Daphne. He also did his national service in that part of the country and often talked about square bashing. I am not familiar with this term. Is this an English idiom?
It refers to when service personnel march in unison, usually on a parade ground.
That would account for Brian's reference to left, right. I assume it was something to do with where the information was stored in his memory retrieval system.
Thank you, Gotanich. Good work. Picard out.
Did she say March? The town in Cambridgeshire? Boom, 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 boom.
Yes. Why?
Well, it was near there that our transplant operation took place. Boom, boom, boom.
On 15th of March?
Yes! 10 years ago today. Boom, 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 boom.
I can now see why today is so important for you. And Norman. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'll be okay in a minute or 2. Thank you, Captain, for being so understanding.
Captain? Captain, is she all right? Captain, Captain, that's better. Is she all right?
It'll be fine. It happens on this day every year, apparently. The combination of the emotional significance of the day and the physical exertion of running on the spot pushed her flow rate up above the alert level.
I have done a cross-check on Norman's lifetime records for the town of March. It appears that he and Daphne met there. They were members of a bird-watching club.
That's it.
What do I mean?
Don't you see? Where do bird watchers usually observe birds?
Trees, bushes, on the grass, anywhere really.
Yes, but keen bird watchers spend a lot of time in their hides. The hides of March.
You're a genius, Captain.
Well done, Captain.
The combination of it being the date he lost his heart to Daphne and when he gained a new heart some years later was too much for subconscious to handle, and it triggered the system overload.
So you're saying we dismiss this as a one-off occurrence?
On the contrary, Gotenich, make a permanent file entry that the 15th of March will be a date to monitor for as long as Norman lives.
Yes, Captain.
And to be doubly sure that it's not missed, mark the file, beware the hides of March.
Very well done, yay! Here, I've come on the right time. You all frightened me, raw. And then I'm busy writing in quick for the feedback. Otherwise, we just get everybody going, Holly, you look so beautiful. I'm so glad that you all kept your costumes. Brain, you have actually upgraded yours.
Oh, yeah. I got a new analogue telly.
Yeah, telly. You look even better this time round. Fantastic. Well done. Do you enjoy that?
No.
Yeah.
It's a good...
No. Would you ever want to swap to play any other characters?
No.
Hot.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the feature film to come out.
Yeah.
Oral, we were saying in rehearsal that it felt like a very strange yet wonderful reunion.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like you can connect with your characters now, can't you? Because you're going on another adventure with them.
There should be a series. And they should.
Tony.
And you know what? 2's a weird number. Things have to come in 3s, Tony.
Tony.
Tony's going to have to do a 3rd one. So everybody else, I think there's a few audience members as well. So that's When Norman Went Off on One by Tony Vale and performed by Dave Collins, Graham Forbes, Matilda Whale, Harley Davis, Scott Denton, Sarah Bostock, Sue, oh, I'm going to come back to Sue Elliott, and Barbara Ashworth. I was going to say Ashwood.
Yeah,
Ashworth and Owen Pugh. Well done. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. And we're going to end because it's a very special day, isn't it, Sue?
Oh, yes.
A very special day for Sue because it's her birthday.
Oh, I'll go and wash my hands.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Sue.
This must be killing our opera singer.
That was rude.
And many more.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Sue.
Thank you for spending some of your birthday with us doing this. It's
Thank
much
you. It was
appreciated.
lovely. Thank you.
Oh,
Made my day.
oh, and you've got some happy birthday messages in the chat as well. So check those out before we go.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
very much, everyone. I believe I'm saving the chat, but if not, have a quick whiz through now before we go. And audience, thank you very much for joining us. And I will see you all soon.
Ooh.
Well done. Oh, Dave, you've got something to say?
Who's Dave?
Take care, everyone.
Don't forget to mention the book.
I won't stop it. See, oh, and yeah, book.
That was a joke.
Graham's plays are in there too. Everyone who's here is in there.
Boom, boom.
I'm on the front.
Fantastic. Tell your friends.
You can always buy a cover.
Thank you. Really enjoyed that.
Pictures and everything. Have you got one, Sue? If not, we could send you one for a birthday present. Yeah.
Well, I'll pick it up off the Facebook page.
Upside down.
It's Barbara, look.
Does that mean I get one for my birthday?
When's it your birthday?
Easter Monday. It's my 40th.
Oh, it's a big one. Maybe
What's
a
that
kind one. Can you imagine the cost posting it around everybody?
It's mine 2 weeks today.
We wrote it. We didn't get a free one.
No, nobody's getting a free one. You can't deprive those other thespians.
I'm joking.
Theatrical people, can you?
Hey,
ooh, look at Scott. He's thoroughly
He's a lesbian.
We want a picture, Scott.
Behave.
It's my copy. Get your own.
Yeah, I got a copy and I took it to the hairdressers, but I hid it inside a copy of Playboy, so nobody knew.
Can I just say that
Scott's got sticky pages in his.
This is my second book, because the first time Amazon did my book, it turned out to be Mr. Tickle.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. You can't make it up. I ordered this, and Mr. Tickle.
Zena, look, Zena.
Second
Zena,
time looking.
His eye. It's his eye.
Oh, isn't he handsome?
Anyway, on that note, have you all had a little look down the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek's told me when I can clap. I can clap now. Yeah, 9:41. Honestly, when everybody disappears, I go, right, bring the curtain down, quick. So Graham warned me, there's going to be another one in a minute. But that had to go wrong. Barbara had to go wrong, popping up in the middle of things. Why? Because it's the Ides of March. Of course, things are going to go wrong today. But tomorrow will be the 16th.
Yay.
It'll be fantastic because it's an even number.
It's nearly the end of the month when we're free.
We're free.
I'll be free at the
Not
end of the month.
You're suggesting it's a busy month in the caravan? It might just be.
No, I think she's on about lockdown.
Oh, well, that's a
Derek's
long way
this
off.
disembodied voice. You coming to join us, Rachel, Derek? Can we see you?
Oh,
I didn't know we were allowed.
Oh, right.
Oh, you are now. It's all over.
Fine.
If we
We're
must.
just quiet for once. Derek, change background. That's secret background.
That's not. Sorry. I
Oh
should put
no,
the
has he
whole-
spoiled something?
Sorry, I've shown your hole away. I do apologise.
It just looks like he's in a big tub of spaghetti, though. So it's
No,
That's fine.
it's the whole.
We've seen Derek's hole now. That's out the bag.
Hi, Julie.
That'll be in the books.
Well
book
done,
too.
everyone.
That'll be in the next book. Yeah.
I can feel my chicken kebab meat coming up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That
you're
was
always gonna dirty,
lovely.
Dave.
Oh,
You
look
need to
what
get
his
it cooked
birthday
properly then.
messages, Sue.
Well, love.
You've got tons there.
Sausages? What?
No, all these birthday messages. Hopefully, I have clicked and saved the
I
chat.
don't know why I
so
ate
should have
sausages.
that. No sausages.
Go to the butcher and get some birthday sausages.
Fantastic. Right, it's a school night. We've all got, well, I've got school in the morning. You got school in the morning, Holly? There you go. So we better get some sleep. Thank you very much for joining us. I shall see you all soon.
Thanks,
If you were
everyone.
in the first acting workshop and you can't make this one, if you can let me know. I know Barbara can't, can you?
No.
No. Yes. No, I can't.
No.
I
know.
That would be great. And otherwise, we'll probably, our next get together will be Saturday then for the writers' coffee hour chit chat. So I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Been a night. It's been emotional.
Bye.